All right, we are back for the P10 playoff rounds. 6 teams in the playoffs, 4 teams eliminated as normal. I know a lot of you anticipated me not being in the playoffs. In fact, when I was leaving Thanksgiving, Martin said to me, and this was because I had done this to him several years, I'll see you in the playoffs. He was like, oh, wait, no, I won't. He did that as I was walking out. And I was like, oh, okay, you get to give it back to me. I told everyone I was going to run the table. I did say that with 4 games left, but I said 7-7 probably gets me in, so I need to go 3-1. That's exactly what I did. What you don't want to do is leave a wounded animal alive, and you want to kill that wounded animal, and none of you wanted to kill me. Brandon is the biggest contributor of that, and he's going to argue that it's Dante because he traded me this, and it's Craig because he traded me this, and all these things. But all you had to do was start Dallas Goedert. That's all you had to do. You just start Dallas Goedert, and you were in the playoffs. And I'm probably not even doing this fucking video because I'm just disgusted. But Brandon, you're sometimes you're your own worst enemy. Trade for Brady. I'm gonna sit up for Jalen Hurts. Brady puts up 40. I'm gonna sit Dallas Goedert and get Gerald Everett. Gerald Everett fumbles twice and drops the TD pass for interception. You can't write that. No, you really cannot write that. I just wish that I could have been near. Actually, he didn't even see it live, but I did. We did in Vegas. So anyway, RIP to your season, Brandon. It was fun. But my destiny, you can't fuck with my destiny.
I'm sure he's going to find some way to blame this on the Democrats, but it's not. It's your own doing. And but hey, it was a fun season. You fought to the end. It's got to suck seeing Dalvin Cook, who you kept, put a 40 burger on you to really drive that nail in the coffin last week.
God, I forgot about that.
Yeah. I mean, he's got his own damn players putting up 70 points against him that he traded, and so I mean, just But hey, I get it. I traded myself away a championship. We'll get into that here in a little bit this year as well. I'm an over tinkerer. Brandon's my spirit animal when it comes to fantasy football. We're pretty simpatico in that way. But hey, it is what it is. We gave Jacob life. Now we'll get into some predictions and see how far we think he'll go. But like the Big Tuna says, you got to make the tournament. You got to make the tournament. You just got to get in. That's it. I don't give a shit what happens. You just got to get in, give yourself a chance. So yeah, let's kind of hop into this first round.
Which one do you want to do? Yours first or mine first?
We'll do mine first, and I'll start.
Go ahead.
So we got the old murder boner, okay, and we have the reigning champ Billiam. Okay, so me and Bill are going head to head here in the first round. I know Bill thought he had that number 1 seed locked up. Renee came through like a phoenix, on fire and just scorched the earth, to sneak in that old back door and steal it from you. Your good buddy Martin there kind of drove that nail in, but fortunately you've got a wounded ass team in Murder Burner to go up against. And so, I've looked at this obviously up and down. I've got a lot of hurt players, and I'm actually going to take Bill to win. I'm 1 and done this year. I know Lamar Jackson is gimpy, but he's supposed to play. You've got Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubb. Okay, he's got the running back advantage there. CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup have excellent matchups. I have Cooper too with the Giants, but CeeDee's the number 1 there, and Gallup, either running outside or in the slot or whatever, is going to be great. Andrews, is that guy the number 1 tight end right now? I think he's number 1.
He is. He's number 1.
It doesn't matter if it's Lamar Jackson, Taylor Huntley, Taylor Swift. It doesn't matter who's throwing him the ball. The guy's going to fucking produce. He was able to scoop up the Cardinals defense this week, which against Detroit. He's got the number 1 kicker and Nick Folk. It's just too much horsepower. I don't know. I honestly don't know who my fucking starters are going to be by the time Sunday rolls around or Saturday. Daryl, Henderson hurt, Darren Waller hurt. So there's a couple other guys that I can put in my flex. I just don't know. I don't like it. It doesn't feel great. So I got Bill winning.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I looked at this pretty closely, and I think the Mark Andrews, the Jonathan Taylor, I think the Nick Chubb thing is actually a really, really big deal going against Vegas, who doesn't, they're just not good defensively. I think Jonathan Taylor will not do as well as he's done in the past going against New England, but he's still going to get his. The Cardinals defense pickup was great. I looked at picking up the Cardinals defense this week as well, but I didn't want to drop anyone that I had, and I like Dallas's defense this week overall against the Giants more. They're in the number 2 fantasy defense right now, especially with Gregory back and Parsons being just, good Lord. We'll talk about that in a minute, but I didn't pick him up. I don't even know if we were where I was in the waiver wire, but great pickup there. Devontae Adams is your bright light here. But like he's got you on majority of the matchups. So I do think James Robinson can not push Jonathan Taylor, but make it closer than people think based on the matchups. So that's what you really need. You really need them to do what they was unable to do week 1 against Houston. So we'll see what happens. Najee Harris has got kind of a tough matchup too against Tennessee. So we'll see, but I think Bill wins. So that's my prediction.
Without question. Hey, those really for me, I'm looking at this and we'll see what Aaron Rodgers broke pinky toe or whatever. He seemed to be doing okay so far, but he re-aggravated it. I need a 30 burger from Adams, and I need my Herbert Allen stack to give me 70 points. Herbert's been on fire, which has been great. I think he's number 2 in the league right now, and he's going up against Kansas City tomorrow night. Will know coming out of that Kansas City game whether or not I have
a chance. Yeah.
If I have a chance, I need Allen and Herbert to fucking.
You need at least 60. You need at least. I don't want to say at least 60, but you need close to 60.
Yeah, I need close to 60 from them too to even really have a chance. And then I need guys to overachieve. Odell Beckham. I see. He has Beckham who tested positive, so I picked up Higbee because I don't know if Waller is going to start. And so we'll see maybe if Higbee get an extra lug. I need Cooper to give me 20 points. And so we'll see what happens, but it's going to start tomorrow night. But Bill, I'd say Bill is 65-35 to win.
I agree with that. Okay, on to my matchup, and I'll kick mine off the same way you did yours. I looked at this very, very closely, analyzing it and being, super, super objective. And I think Dalvin Cook is the thing I need to worry about the most. Looking at obviously Brady, he's a beast. I am getting a little bit of a break there because he is going up against a pretty damn good pass defense in New Orleans. So I'm hoping that he can stay within the 30 number. But that's what I'm predicting from him. But I expect the 30 number from Mahomes as well. So I feel like that's going to be pretty close to a wash within 5 points of each other. I feel like Barkley and Williams is going to be close to a wash as well. I think he's going to get me on Cook. And then I think I'm going to win the majority of those matchups after that. I feel like Deontay Johnson's going to win over Higgins. I think Jefferson's going to outperform Waller personally, based on Beckham being out. And then I've got Kelsey against Pitts. We don't even need to say anything there. Elijah Mitchell, if he plays, that is a concern for me. If he does not play, then I have problems. But he's going up against Atlanta, who's like 25th, against running backs. They are not good. Dawson Knox, don't know if he's going to end up playing for me or not. We'll see what happens with Thielen and what I want to do there. I may have to hold back something for Monday night. And Cowboys defense going up against the Giants. Anyway, at the end of the day, I'm predicting a 20-point victory for myself.
Okay, I could see how you can get to that logic. I mean, most of what you talked about, I'll say half of what you talked about, I agree with. We'll see Brady and Holmes wash. I think he's got you on the running back matchups, and not just Dalvin. Javonte Williams is going to be, and I know Melvin Gordon, and I get this, but they're at home. I think Williams may actually outscore Barkley this week going up against that Dallas defense. The Giants offensive line and their receivers and quarterback with Glennon suck. Barkley's going to see 8-9 man boxes, and they're going to rush the shit out of Glennon. So I have Barkley in my other league too starting, so and I just know that I'm not as confident. And look, you get down to the first two wide receivers. I see what you're saying on Van Jefferson. Deontay Johnson is going to ball out no matter what. He's going to end up a top 10 guy. But look at what Jalen Waddle has done the last 3 weeks, and he's going up against the Jets. Waddle's averaging like 24 or 22 in the last 3 weeks. He's really come on in his rookie season. Higgins, big play guy, red zone. Denver's pretty tough, though. Overall, they got one of the best DB cores in the league. So that Higgins, Van Jefferson may be a wash. But I would not be surprised if Waddle is the number one wide receiver for either one of the teams. Now, where it gets tricky is the flexes. Jerry Jeudy, Darryl Mooney, gotcha. Big play guy. Monday night, 31st ranked defense, pass defense in Minnesota. I get that. That could be a really boom or bust play. Probably more likely boom. And you're right. Eli Mitchell is going to decide whether or not you win this game or not, because that's a big one. The guy's going to get you 20 if he plays, right? And so, I saw Dawson Knox in there. I'm like, why are you not starting KJ Osborne? KJ Osborne, you have him now if Thielen, doesn't play and all that kind of stuff.
I may do that. It's going to depend on some stuff that happens this week as well, on this Thursday night matchup as well.
Yeah, and whether you want a gimpy Thielen in his first game back from a high ankle sprain where Osborne has been playing, I don't know. That's going to be a tough, call for you.
I'll navigate that based on what I need.
Yeah. I think this game is going to be a lot closer than 20 points. I'd say it's been within about an 8-point margin of victory here. And it's really, really tough. You know what? I came into this thinking you were going to lose, but I actually think you might win. I think you might win. I'm going to change my pick. I'm going to say Jacob barely ekes out a win here. And that's assuming Eli Mitchell plays. If Eli Mitchell plays, it doesn't play, I'm actually going to revert back to Craig. But for the purpose of this call and making predictions, I'm going to say Jacob takes it.
All right. Well, there we have it. We'll see what happens, but I'm excited. We'll wrap this up and we'll make really quick predictions just throughout the rest of the season. Again, I think myself and Bill move on. I think looking at the Bill and Martin matchup, I think looking at it, I'm going to go with Bill to get the win there that week. I looked at those matchups briefly. The Zeke and Prescott situation, they're not playing great right now. Dak's got something going on. Not sure what it is. If it's a calf or whatever, but he's just not playing great. And they play Washington again that week. So I don't know. I just feel like Bill is going to win that game if they do play each other. And then I looked at myself and Renee's matchups. And I think that game is going to be really, really close, but Josh Allen's got to play New England again that week in New England. I think that's going to cause a lot of problems for him if I looked at that correctly. Tyreek Hill, when he scores, that means I score. I don't know. I think I beat Renee. I'd be perfectly honest. But here's the crazy thing. I think Bill lives up to his expectations and is going to be a back-to-back champ.
Okay. All right. It's a bold call, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for you.
I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't. I'm not giving myself the championship, but one thing I'll do real quick though. Hang on one second. Is it on here? Or is it just on the app? Give me a second here. All right. League home. I just want to check one thing if it's on here or not. I don't know. It's not on here, but Martin suggested that we look at the league history feature on our app. And I was like, oh, what is that? I haven't heard of this league history thing. So I was like, let's take a look at it. And, I took a look at it and this is what it showed me. Have you had a chance to look at yourself?
I have not.
Okay. Well, it breaks down what, each player has done. There's one massive dip for me there.
We can't see
Can you see it? Oh shit, it's because of my border. But anyway, my average finishing position is 4th, which is actually crazy when you consider the number of years and games that we play. But 4 championships won, 12 playoff appearances, 10 top 3 finishes. That right there is insanity when you're talking about 14 years. I've finished in the top 10 out of 14 years. Are you kidding me?
I mean, with guys like Chris Kane and Jeff Hanna and Billy Lee in the league back then, I mean, come on. Like, of course.
You know what's crazy about that is each one of those guys won a title. They have as many titles as you. So I don't know if that's the hill you want to die on.
They have the same number of titles as me, the same number, 1.
Yeah, I mean, anyway, but yeah, so yeah, definitely check that out that Martin discovered. So anyway,
I will.
That's it for me.
All right, let me run through my picks real quick. So we're gonna go. So I have Bill and Martin in the second round. Bill beating me to move on to the second round. I'm actually going to go with Bill in that matchup. Martin's going to flip his shit. We keep picking against him and he keeps proving us wrong. But I mean, you know, again, with the Cowboy stuff, the Jonathan Taylor and some of the horses Bills has, it's going to be tough for you, Martin. And then Renee and Jacob is who I have. I've got Renee winning this easily. Renee is marching on to the finals. And so we are going to have old roommates, Bill and Renee, back in the finals, and I have called it since I made the fucking trade to give her Fournette. She is storming through the playoffs to a title. I looked at her matchups. She's got too much green. It is just too much to overcome. Okay, we don't need to list her players anymore. We already know what she has. I think it's going to take some injuries in order for Renee to not win this year. So congratulations on your first win.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be upset about that. You know, if she gets her first title, that would be really cool. That'd be a feel good story.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, so all right. Well,
anybody except for the rest. All right. Good luck, everybody.
That? Anybody but what?
Anybody except for the rest of y'all, because that puts you at what, 5 championships, Martin at 3, Bill at 2 or 3
at 2.
And I'm still at 1. So if I win, at least I'll get to my second. But
I see. You just don't want to get further away.
Anyone else putting space in between me and any more space. So
I'll tell you this: if I get number 5,
out, I'm rooting for you.
If I get number 5, you might as well just delete the thread, because I'm gonna fuck with y'all every week until the next season, reminding y'all of those rings. Okay, you're gonna see pictures of me and Brady next together with our rings. Okay. Anyway, later, guys.
Y'all take care.
Bye.